Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of 10 Minutes with TmFal. This is Toyi Falusi, and today we're going to be talking about rest. Rest. What is it good for? Absolutely everything. So, rest is necessary to optimize our performance at work, at home, in life in general. And a lot of us are busy working nonstop, doing things busy all the time. And sometimes we think of rest as a sign of weakness. Rest is not a sign of weakness, and it's an essential part of living our best lives. Industries, corporations, they know this and ensure that, pilots have safety hours where they have a maximum amount of hours and then they have to rest. I mean, you've been on flights that got delayed because people were exceeding their time. Long distance truck drivers have to stop. They have rest stops. They have regulations about when they can't be on the road, and they have to actually stop no matter how well they feel. And these are scheduled rest, no fly periods. Physicians in training have mandatory oversight and reduction of work hours and regulation of those hours. Why? Why? Because we know that when people are not rested, the mistakes happen. When they're overworked, when people are overworked, they're tired and stressed. They impact others, can lead to accidents if you're in a field where you're taking care of other people, but it can actually lead to health issues for you as a person. So we do know that rest is absolutely necessary to optimize what we do. As a person, and if you're a parent, you're raising the next generation, you're working, and many days, it's not a walk in the park, but you need rest, rest, R-E-S-T. Rest is not giving up. It's not being weak or needy. It's not a sign of failure. Taking time to rest is actually a sign of strength. It is a sign that you know your abilities, you know yourself, you're confident in your abilities, and you know that taking time to rest does not diminish any of that. So when you decide that you're taking time, either scheduled regularly or just whenever you need to stop, that is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness, an actual sign of strength. Because what you don't want is a forced rest. And a forced rest is when stuff happens, when something breaks down. So you need physical or mental breakdown, and you actually have to stop. And usually that's not pretty. You're usually ill. It's not resting to just recoup. You're actually resting because something's gone wrong. And that's a forced rest. That's like a car that hasn't had scheduled maintenance or periods of refreshing, and it just breaks down right in the middle of something big. You're going cross country in the middle of nowhere, your car breaks down, or a machine that hasn't been repaired or scheduled repair that breaks down. So when you keep going and going and you're busy and you actually don't take time to rest, just when you actually have this whatever big thing you've been planning for, this big presentation, this big vacation, whatever it is, then you get a forced rest because something just breaks down, and that's actually not the way to go. So rest renews your body, it renews your mind, it renews your soul. It allows you to optimize your performance, whatever it is that you're doing, to do it even better. It makes you more engaged, more creative, and it allows you to be present in the moment. It also makes you, believe it or not, more open to constructive criticism. You're less likely to be hostile or defensive when you're rested. So it makes you a better person to be around. It makes you a kinder person, a better person overall. So again, you don't want a forced rest. You want scheduled time to just rest. And whether or not you work outside of the home or just inside the home, we all need to rest. So if you're already somebody who's inclined to take breaks and to take scheduled times to just rest and recover, continue to do so. That's awesome. If you need to schedule rest periods, do it. Just like you schedule other things on your calendar, schedule time to rest. Could be as simple as a nap. I am a nap person. That's my thing. And I am a guru at taking naps. So, time off to rest doesn't have to be a vacation getaway or an expensive time or even an expensive spa day. Those are great. But simple things, like taking a nap, sitting by the water or in a park, lying on a blanket outside if you live in good weather places, and just letting your mind roam freely. That's awesome. For some, you might need to schedule, monthly massages and, coffee with friends, or just being still and quiet in your room, taking time to meditate and pray. That's a time of rest. Rest. And again, I can't overemphasize the importance of naps, nap time. And I take naps. I take naps on weekends. Everybody who knows me knows that. My phone's off, TV's off, lights are off. I take a nap. And during that time, that's it. The kids know it. Everybody knows it. Mom's taking a nap. And when you nap, it should be, or take a rest, take time to rest. It should be guilt-free because you deserve it. And, we know when kids don't nap, we say, oh my gosh, this kid's cranky. They need to take a nap. The cranky is because their brain doesn't know what to do. They're wired. And that goes the same for adults. When we don't rest, we get cranky, we get defensive, we get hostile, we get short, we get irritable. And then whatever it is we're trying to do and the people we're trying to help, we're actually not that much fun around them. The deadlines we're trying to make at work, we end up being just not great people to be around. So taking time to rest is a sign of strength, knowing your strengths and knowing that to optimize your performance, you actually need to rest. And, some people say, oh, well, I have kids, I have little kids. And yes, it's hard to have scheduled time, but sometimes, you can just get help for an hour, maybe an hour every week or every other week. You pay somebody, a high school person or college person, $12 for the hour. That's 2 coffees at Starbucks. Take that hour and just go somewhere by yourself, or just be in the room upstairs and just take a nap and have somebody watch the kids. So we can make it happen. It's a mindset that you just say, I am taking this time for myself. So it's really important not to wait until we need a forced rest for our physical or mental health. It's important for our emotional health. It makes us better people to be around. And we want to do that. If we can take time out to schedule maintenance for our cars, if we know that there's oversight for work hours, for regulation, why do we think our bodies and minds can just keep going nonstop? When that happens, we're not optimized. We may think we're busy. We're just busy going somewhere. But where is that? Have we taken time for that clarity? And sometimes that clarity only comes during periods of rest. So, rest, what is it good for? It's good for everything. So, I like to use a play on letters. So rest, R-E-S-T, rest, it revitalizes you, it recharges you. And, for someone like me, the naps, I'm a nap guru, naps rock. E, energizes you. You get refreshed, you're energized, you're optimized, you can do even better than you were. S, it sustains you. It's really important to rest. Rest your mind, rest your body. It sustains you, allows you to go even better. And T, it tunes you up. Think of it as a scheduled tune-up that you would do for other things that you care about, because you don't want them to break down. So if we can take time out to protect the ones we care about, let's take time out for ourselves. Rest is a sign of self-love. It's a sign of taking time to nurture yourself. So take time to rest and see how much better you feel. And, naps are not for kids only. Adults need naps too. So again, rest, R-E-S-T, rest revitalizes you, energizes you, sustains you, tunes you up. So what is it good for? Absolutely everything. So take time to rest, schedule it. If you're already doing it, keep doing it. Taking time to rest as an adult is a sign of strength, and go for it. Thank you for 10 minutes with TmFal. Hope you enjoyed this.